Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Salatu Wassalam ala Rasulillah. Welcome everyone to the 12th podcast of the Pseudocast, where we talk about the recent going topics around the world and we talk in English so that we can cope up or we all can cope up with our English improvement journey. So I would love if Kazi Fahim mentioned the lists of the things we'll be discussing today or the things of importance of this week. Kazi Fahim.
Thank you, Johan, for giving me an opportunity to talk. So, this week at the beginning wasn't that much interesting to me. At the first some days, I couldn't find anything, but at the end of the day, I summarized a lot of things. So, first thing I found out was that Apple introduced a new MacBook. It came out of nowhere. They had a surprising event. So, we can talk about
Halloween
that.
event.
Yes, Halloween event. Then the 2034 FIFA World Cup will be hosted by Saudi Arabia. It has been fixed. Then graduates in Bangladesh now can do intern in government organizations. That has been recently made up by the Ministry of Public Administration. Then wait for a second, let me check. Then Oman has suspended issuing all types of visas of Bangladesh. That is another topic you can talk on. China has removed Israel from the map totally. And then Bangladesh has introduced a Taka-Pay card. I actually don't understand what these kinds of cards do. I haven't used them before. But it's been a news for some days. So three banks, Bragg Bank, Citibank, and Sonali Bank currently introduced Taka-Pay. So we can talk on that one also. Then I have been searching in the internet for this week. I love statistics and technology, so I am also interested in some topics from myself. These are not the weekly topics. I mean, this didn't happen in week, but yeah, I found them interesting, and I am interested to share them. One of them is the omnidirectional treadmill. It is a very surprising tech to me. The second one is the state of PC gaming right now.
Mm.
I have been searching a lot of statistics on that in that preface, so we can talk on that also. So that's all from me. If you guys have something to add, you can.
Okay, I have two topics. Firstly, there are many things going on the Middle East. I think Hamas and Israel war is on another level. We should talk about some points. And other point is about ourselves. How do we monetize our existing skills? I think we should
These
talk
these
about
two
these
these two
two
are great.
topics.
These two are great topics that Sanim included.
Sanim, can you please repeat the second topic? I couldn't hear it properly.
How do we monetize our existing skills so that we can earn money as soon
Great
as
topic.
possible?
Okay,
I think we should discuss about this so that we can,
the Middle East the
select
Middle
a
East is,
final
the
goal.
Middle East is kind of heating up right now in the Hamas
Yes,
Israel issue, and I have seen a lot of advancements in different sectors. And also, I'd love to add another topic that I'm seeing a rise in criminal activities in Bangladesh recently. So this can be a topic we
yes.
can talk about. So I'd love to start it
Mm.
off with the Bangladeshi students getting to do internship in the government. About that topic, Kazifahim, can you say something about it?
Yes, Bangladeshi graduates and postgraduates now have the opportunity to intern in, like government, semi-government, autonomous, and private institutions. And this government section was, very recently introduced. So, um, I'm a first-year student, so I don't know a lot about interns and what they do, how it works. But as far as my knowledge is that internship is something about gaining practical knowledge, doing things with hands, and all of this. So, doing an internship in a government organization can be very helpful for those who will be going to, like government works. If we have a pre-knowledge of that, then we will cope up with the environment very fast. So, I think it is a good initiative, and I really don't know how it will be implemented or something like that. So, but I'm hopeful if this can create like a
The
little bit less burden on our job opportunities. I think this will be a good initiative.
will the internships be stipend? Like, will people be paid for internship or
They will get a
It's
certificate.
just a certificate?
it's a free internship. It's free internship.
I don't know if they will be paid, but it will last between 6 months,
Yeah, yeah.
and they'll receive a stipend and a certificate. Sorry, they'll receive a stipend and a certificate.
Okay, so they will
Hmm.
be paid. The amount of payment Bangladeshi government can make for an intern is not that much, so that he can support himself. I think it is not gonna
Yes,
be
I
even
don't think any internship in Bangladesh will pay you that much money so that you can
support
uh,
yourself. Yes,
support yourself.
and government internships will be even lower than that. I
Mm,
think.
but I think government internship has more credibility than non-government sectors, and I also think you will not get any internship without your mama chacha. I don't think so. and
So
and as far as my experience, from my experience, I think, why do you join an internship? Because you want to learn something from the office, and it's the worst possible thing to learn skills from a government office. It's a chaos.
we can learn
but
human skills there. I think. Like,
but government certificate has more value than the
yes,
non-government. I
obviously,
think
obviously.
it's a good initiative overall.
Yes. Uh, I think like this is a generic thing, not just for this instance. I think we should be focusing more on things created by ourselves, business, say anything else. Right? There are a lot of people in Bangladesh and have very few jobs for them. Right?
Hmm.
So we need.
And the most
It is.
jobless people are graduate people,
Yes.
because they don't want to do anything except jobs,
It is.
whether it's government or non-government jobs.
It is truly praiseworthy for the Bangladesh government to introduce such thing. Yes, but I think it would be more praiseworthy if we had other options. If we
I think it,
encouraged
it also expressed
them
it's
to
it.
the business or something.
I
Yeah.
think it also expressed the silliness or weakness of our government policy, because we have a country which get freedom maybe about for 15 years, and after 50 years now we declare a government internship. It's a basic thing. Every office should have internship offer. I think it's a very very weak point of our government policy.
I think we are improving. We're at a hatchling level. I think there are a lot of places for
Very
our policy
slowly.
to.
Yes, we are
It is
improving,
a
but very
slow,
slowly.
slow improvement. Bangladeshi people are normally slow. I think. So, what are the other things we can? I think the Oman issue is quite important. It is not. It doesn't have a lot of things to do with Bangladesh itself. Oman, uh, Oman is trying to like restructure its some of its infrastructures, and with that is included its labor law. It has it has produced its labor. It has rechecked its labor law in I think 25th July this year, and this initiative can be a part of it. I don't really know about that, but Oman,
I don't
an ambassador from Oman came to Bangladesh in 11th this month, and he left the 11th the previous month, I think, and he left 14th, and right after that we have this instance. So it is not a very good news. Do you guys have something to say about it?
I
I mean,
don't
obviously
have
not a
exact
good
knowledge
news.
about
Okay,
Oman thing. No, go, okay, carry on.
yeah, Kazi, carry on.
I mean, I also don't have a vast knowledge on these matters. I mean, I actually don't have that much of an interest also in geopolitical issues. So I can talk a lot about these things. But of course, I think this is a bad news. Of course, like we won't be able to issue any visas, and a lot of Bangladeshi citizens are in Oman. So
Uh,
I don't feel like this is
Sen,
good in any point. But do you guys know about if any other country Oman has done the same thing with?
it has specifically mentioned Bangladesh in its Twitter, I
Bangladesh.
think. Specifically mentioned Bangladesh, but it's a lot of its Visa Act applies to a lot of countries, but it has specifically mentioned Bangladesh.
I mean, does anyone know why specifically Bangladesh? Like there are a lot
There,
of countries, immigrants.
there can be a lot of reasons, including like Oman has the majority of its immigrants are from Bangladesh, then India, then others, right? So it is feasible that their new law will affect Bangladesh the most because they have the most Bangladeshi people, right? So I
Okay,
don't, I think they didn't even mention any specific reasons, but they just stated it out.
There's
okay. I
something about
I don't
illegal
know
immigration.
exactly
Oh,
what
is
happened with Oman. I don't know what exactly happened with Oman, but I can feel the chaotic situation with illegal immigrants of Bangladesh, because you can't imagine how many people are going to the abroad and throw away their passport and seek a immigrant in other countries. Uh, before yesterday, uh, I have gone to the US embassy with my mom because Apu is sick, and Ammo want to go to US to support her. And when I reached the embassy area, every embassy is empty. Outside, every embassy outside is empty. Maybe 10 or 12 people were in outside of Turkish embassy. Maybe they were students. When I reached the US embassy, it's a half-kilometer long line. It's not that half-kilometer only, and people are continuously coming. You can't imagine how many people are applying for US visa, and 90% are rejected. Why? Because they go to America with non-immigrant visa, they throw out their passport, and America has a law. If you don't have a passport, they cannot send any country because you don't belong to any country. How do they send to your country? And the US cannot push an illegal immigrant to throw outside of their country. So it's a privilege in US. You can go if somehow you can enter US, then it will be no problem to stay there. So it's a very chaotic situation. Every embassy, every government has tried to prevent this illegal immigrant from Bangladesh, and there is a reason for that, because the situation job market in Bangladesh is not so well. The price rising is way more than expectations. I mean, you can't imagine, it's winter coming and the per kilo of potato is 70 taka. It's unbelievable. So it's not a ideal country to live in. People are trying to
And
go outside and seek jobs
you know,
to live a better life. I think that's the main reason.
surprising fact is that once we are exporters of potato, and now we
Also, we
have
are
to import it.
exporter of everything. Now we have to import everything.
Now we have to import everything. So
the job market in Bangladesh is a very great concern for us. Like, it is insufficient in providing the Bangladeshi
And
people, right?
and the minimum wages in
It's
Bangladesh
way too
is
low. It's way too low.
way too
it's a
low.
great
In
words.
compared to the amount of money they are gonna spend on their needs.
I think a security guard earn maybe 6 or 7,000 per month.
Yeah,
I
with 6 and 7,000 per month, you can barely support yourself, let alone your families.
Exactly.
And
Mm,
It's like they're
it's not
calculate.
possible.
It's like they're calculating the amount of carbohydrate and lipid and protein you are gonna need, and they're
Mhm.
like giving you the exact amount of money that you need to survive to work for them. It's like a machine
But
that's been run. This is weird.
but they didn't count that you have a family.
Yes,
You have a
and
family, and you have to feed your family.
this is why, like Oman, for example, since we're talking about it, Oman has currently 7 lakh and around 7.5 lakh of Bangladeshi immigrants, and 1.5 lakh of them went there last year. Can you imagine? So people are going up abroad more and more and more. The day. So this is
yes,
a
and
Normal,
huge
because
you can
the
problem now.
economic
also
nature in Bangladesh, the political situation and the job market situation, both are very very bad. So it's obvious that you will try to go abroad
okay,
as a
guys.
young man.
Pardon me, I have to charge my laptop, so I
Okay,
have to go back for 2 minutes.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, no,
make it
no
fast. Make
problem.
it fast. So, uh, Sanim, you brought up an important issue, I think,
Hmm.
about Israel and
I'll start
Hamas.
when I'll start after Kazi joining.
Okay, as he lost his charger. Should I? Okay.
And I also think the diplomatic situation with other countries is not good.
Okay. Have
Okay, guys,
you?
I'm back.
Okay, guys. Have you heard about the current advancement of Israel-Hamas war?
Okay. Uh, as far as I remember, the last time I saw, according to the Hamas-run Palestinian Authority, 9,226 Palestinians were killed, and around
3,000.
3,800 children, 3,800 children were killed by Israeli airstrikes. And we had a speech by Syed Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, a very, very anticipated speech. But it's not go well because
Uh,
Hezbollah didn't declare a war. They say they are in war since 8th of October, but I think it's we are
Diplomatic
in, but
statement.
we are not fully in. It's just like that.
It's a
And
diplomatic statement.
hmm, and I think why people love Hezbollah or support Hezbollah, because Hezbollah fight for the Palestinian cause. Whether you are Shia or Sunni, you support Hezbollah. Everyone on the planet Earth, if you are a Muslim, if you are practicing Muslim, then maybe I am 100% sure you support Hezbollah. They live with the Palestinian cause, but I think Hezbollah lost his most of the credibility by not declaring war against Israel, because people see Hezbollah as a resistant force against Israel. And Syed Hassan Nasrullah said that if Lebanon is under attack by any country, they mean if Israel or US attack Lebanon, then they are well prepared. They will attack back, and they have preparation for the US ships and more. And I don't think Hezbollah will join directly. It will be a guerrilla attack on the northern border of Israel. And Yemen, Houthis from Yemen declared, unofficially declared, slightly, carving declared war against Israel, but they're far away from Israel.
The
They cannot
the
uh,
Houthis threw a
conduct.
missile, I think. The Houthis threw a
They cannot
missile.
conduct a direct war with Israel because they don't share any border with Israel. If they want to go to Israel and conduct a war, then they have to have permission of Saudi Arabia. And it's not a confirmed news, but according to a Houthi leader, they asked Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is their enemy, but they asked Saudi Arabia to give them passage to Israel, but Saudi deny it. And if Houthis try to send ballistic missile towards Israel, they have to use the airspace of Saudi Arabia, and Saudi also decline that they will not accept to use their aerospace to attack Israel, and they asked US to establish more Patriot air defense system so that they can intercept, yeah, Houthis missile before they strike in Israel. So it's a very sad news for I think Muslim majority countries, Muslim peoples,
I think
and
China.
also
I think China has advanced a bit in this issue, right?
and also the some of Iraqi militias. I think maybe Irani proxy militia, Hosseini militia, also try to go on a war with Israel, but also they don't have a sharing border with Israel, and so that they cannot conduct a direct war with Israel. But they have missiles and drone, and I think between Israel and Iraq, its middle point is Jordan, and Jordan also denied to accept to use their aerospace to attack Israel, and they also asked US to establish more Patriot air defense systems so that they can intercept any missiles coming from Iraq towards Israel. So I think it's what can I
Uh,
say?
the the UN maybe conducted a voting or something like that. I don't know. The
UN
about the
conducting voting every single day, and
yes,
most of the countries on the planet Earth voted for the Palestinian cause, and
a
every
few
single
voted
time
against.
Ukraine voted against or being neutral, or Israel voted against, and US give a veto, so resolution will not be accepted because US has the veto power.
Veto power, yes. And China removed Israel from its map, the name Israel
Yeah,
from its map, and it didn't even include the name Palestine in the map because China doesn't recognize Palestine yet. But China is a very
yes.
forward country in the two-state policy. So it wants a two-state for Israel, a separate state, and for Palestinians, a separate state. But it hasn't recognized
And
Palestine.
most of the countries, almost every single countries, uh, wants a two-state solution for Palestine and Israel.
Um,
Including Hamas,
Hamas,
right?
once upon a time, Hamas was agreed to two-state solution,
Eh,
but I don't think it's
Considering it,
accepting this method now.
is there any official statement of Hamas like about
I
this
don't
issue?
think so.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Johan, what
so
happened to Elon Musk providing Starlink for Gaza?
yeah,
Did that actually happen?
it was a great news when I heard that Elon Musk is gonna provide internet through Starlink in Gaza and the media of Gaza, I think. But I
Mm,
haven't
but
seen an
there was
advancement in
some
that.
intel news. There was some intel news from Lebanon. I think it's very interesting. I want to share it with you. If Hezbollah joined the war, then there was a probability to Russia, or mostly Wagner, mercenaries Wagner, wanted to send a SA-22 air defense system to Hezbollah, according to US intel. It's not a confirmed news. And maybe the Hosseini proxy from Iraq, also started to came to Lebanon to join the war with
Uh,
Hezbollah.
and Israel is
And
currently is Israel has started its ground mission. I have seen a news of it entering Gaza, and one of their tanks been blown up, I think, and some of its soldiers are dying. Uh, and like they are entering Gaza through the grounds. Uh, have you seen anything about it?
I think uh,
What they normally
everyone,
do, I think, is they first bomb an area and like cowards, they first bomb an area and then send their troops because their troops have moral issues. Like they're not morally strong enough. There were several
maybe.
news. No, there were several news I've seen that their soldiers have post-traumatic something something. They're stressed out about the
And
fact.
the number of Israelis' main military force is not so big. Most of them are reservists, and reservists are not professional fighters. So it's normal. And
The most amount
why I
of
think, uh, because of today's situation in Gaza, I think Hezbollah lost its credibility because it was so anticipated. Why? Because all of the resistance force, including 2,30,000 Iraqi fighters, PMF fighters, went on high alert due to potential emergencies in the coming days. Be- They were expecting from Hezbollah that Hezbollah will announce a war against Israel, but Hezbollah didn't.
So why he
And
didn't? What
I
can
think
be
it's
the
there
strategic decision.
there may be different things. Like it is so intense news that I don't think we'll ever get to know about it, like why it didn't, and if it ever did announce war, we would never know why it did announce war.
And I
There are a lot
think
of
there
political
is
things going on.
possibilities till there is possibilities to Hezbollah join the war, and if Israel or US do anything wrong, the worst case scenario is Iran will join the war, which will affect the
The
region. I think
globe,
which will change the map of the region.
which will affect the globe.
And
I don't think it's gonna happen,
if
Sanim. I don't think
if
it's gonna happen.
they are going to join the war, then I think Saudi and Turkey will lose their credibility as a leader of Sunni Muslims or as a leader of Muslims countries.
I
They
don't
will
think.
lose their all the credibility
man?
if
Then
Iran
it
join
will
the
be
war.
World War III.
Hmm?
And maybe, who knows? And I don't think it will be World War III because Saudi Arabia and other countries, they are so egoistic. So they will not go a war with Shia Muslims. They will hold their ego. They will not go on a war with Shia.
Oh, we have no credibility to talk about it. I think it's we don't know what they're gonna do. Like if the geopolitical thing is like they will support the Shia Muslims, then they will go with the Shias. I think it depends on the situation. Uh,
I think biggest threat for Israel, according to some US supervisor, US CIA supervisor, the biggest threat to Israel, that there will be a time when Shia countries and Sunni countries will attack Israel
at once.
together at once, and it will be the
It is feasible. It is feasible. It can happen.
mm, and it will be a catastrophe for Israel. The
There
existence of Israel will be in danger.
there will be no Israel, I think, if that happens.
Maybe there will be no
But
Israel if that
for
happens.
this issue, Sanim, I think things are not gonna escalate any further. I think it can escalate any further since people are pulling off from the issue,
Mm.
right? I don't think it's gonna escalate any further. Israel is gonna kill more babies, and the situation
Maybe
is
maybe maybe more 10,000.
maybe more ten
I
thousand
think.
people and 5,000 more babies, and then the situation is gonna die off. Like once Israel's
Then they will
bloodthirst
declare a
is
ceasefire, and it will be the end of the war.
once
And I
Israel's
think
bloodthirst is once Israel's bloodthirst is like off, then it's a
and
bloodthirsty animal.
I think Iran is waiting to increase their capabilities. I think maybe they will conduct more proxy war against the all over the world. They will sell more weapons. They will produce more weapons. After a certain level, I think they will go on a war with other countries in the region. Not
Like
before that. I
geopolitics
think
in the Middle East is so complicated. We never know what someone is saying and what is their intentions behind it. It's so complicated to even understand, let alone say. Right? Okay, I think how many minutes are we in?
27.
In 7 minutes. We have discussed a lot, alhamdulillah. Right.
Yes.
Oh,
Alhamdulillah.
because today Sunny is here
have you guys seen about the like Israel bombed the refugee camp? This
two
is a,
times, multiple times. Jubaili, maybe Jubail
this is
refugee camp,
insane.
multiple times.
This is insane. It's bombing hospitals. It's bombing refugee camps. Like and the
They
international
bombed maybe
and the
22 hospitals.
and the international community is still supporting Israel in its right to defend itself. This is just notorious.
But on the other hand, the ambassador of Russia in the UN said that Israel has no right to defend itself because Israel is occupier, and the occupier does not have the power to defend or the moral point to defend itself.
Yes. Who? Muhammad Hijab. I think Muhammad Hijab say like who is defending who from who? Yeah. Did you guys seen that on Piers Morgan's show?
No,
Like
actually,
Yes,
I was curious about why is China and Russia against um, Israel that much? Like, why?
because of political situation, geopolitical
it
situation,
has to oppose US. I think
and Israel is the
they are
biggest
no
ally of
better.
US.
They are no better than United States. And Israel also
Yes.
voted against against Russia in the Russia Ukraine war thing. Right? It also went against
And Israel
Russia.
also voted against the resolution about Uyghur Muslims. Israel voted. So, they support the Muslims.
So humanitarian.
Yes, very humanitarian. I think China has a very, I mean, like America is a straightforward opposition to China. I think that is why China is so much
Also
against
Russia.
Israel.
Also Russia. Russia is also a very straightforward
Because
opposition.
if they wanted to support Muslims,
I think
why didn't they support Uyghur Muslims? Like
Politics is weird. Like your ally on a certain issue is your enemy on another issue. It is very weird, and the things political people say, it's very hard to believe what's on their mouth and what's on their heart. It's really hard to differentiate. It's really hard to see through them. So
okay, Johan, should we
yeah.
move to another one? I mean, it's been 30 minutes almost.
You said something about the uh, what were the issues again, Kazifain?
There is an Apple event, the omnidirectional treadmill I was searching on, the state of PC gamers I was interested about. Then there was an Taka-Pay
Yeah,
card, new
the
card.
Taka-Pay app, the Taka-Pay card. What's about it?
Yeah, three banks already introduced it. I have had a debit card once. I never used it, so I actually don't know what are these things and why are they important. I mean, I know they're important for, I mean, online transactions and all of these things. They make transactions easier. Um, what I heard from the news about Taka-Pay that um, it will lessen the dependency on international transactions and save some money, something like that. I actually don't understand these things very much.
On the cards issue, Mastercard and Visa card are the king of this thing, and I think TakaPay is trying to be a replacement, a local replacement of them. India, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia all have this sort of local card.
Yeah, India is already with the list. I mean, I heard in the news that they will, I mean, combine
Yeah,
and do something like that.
I've also seen it in Bangladesh. Once it is established in Bangladesh, it will probably be usable in India also. The TakaPay card. And Sanim, does Sanim have anything to say about it?
No, I don't have any knowledge about this thing,
Neither do we.
but I have I have exciting situation in here according to Kazi Fahim. Uh, I had said to you that a murder happened in our area. One of our senior brother from textile department was murdered by some local people from Akrain Bazar, and uh, I think one of them were arrested, and some people came from Akrain Bazar to our area to create a ganjam. Maybe 10 or 20 minutes ago, he was uh, searching for information. If we need to go, then we'll go. Let's see how it happened.
The situation around inside Bangladesh on different cities, it is like it is more criminal. It has become more criminal friendly, I think. Like in Rajshahi, where I live,
It's
like
not criminal friendly. It's the side effect of economic situation. When your
Yes,
economy
yes,
is on fall, then your crime rate will increase. Why?
will
Why
increase
do
automatically.
why do you think the crime rate of UK is all time high now? Why? Because the economic situation is of UK is not good. People are desperate, they don't have money. The product of daily commodities are increasing day by day. That's the main reason. And the side effect of increasing price is the rising of crime rates. It's also happening in Bangladesh. Why most of the cases people were killed uh, while they were robbed.
being robbed. Yes.
Why people rob? Why people rob? Because they don't have money. Robbing is not a passionate thing. If you have money, you don't want to rob anyone because it's a dangerous thing. You can get got killed.
Okay.
Yeah, we have seen similar types of issues in Furitpur in, like some
Exactly.
days before maybe.
In Faridpur, in Rajshahi, a doctor was killed while being robbed.
So
So
I think it's the
and the rise
outcome
of
of economic crisis of
the
Bangladesh.
rise of Kishore gang is also concerning in Bangladesh. It was very prominent in Dhaka for a very long time, but it is now spreading all over Bangladesh, and it is increasing day by day.
When you have a lot of young people who are purposeless, who are jobless, who are moneyless, I think it's obvious to happen. And one of the
Like
biggest reason
I
is,
also
I
think the
think, drug addiction.
social
You
cultural
can't
force
even
is.
you can't imagine how many young people are drug addicted. It's unbelievable. I think around 30% of big cities young people are addicted.
The rise of drug
So
abuse has also increased in Bangladesh by a lot. It's like
and when
people
we
are lost.
talk
It's like
about
people are lost. The young generation is lost.
when we talk about Kishore gangs or the fall of young people in Bangladesh, we mostly talk about the main, but we don't see or we cannot able to see the fall of our women, young girls. You cannot imagine how easy to get a young prostitute in any cities, anywhere in Bangladesh. There were there are hundreds of Facebook groups. You can hire prostitutes, uh, within 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, thousands of prostitutes. They're mostly from good families. Uh, uh, they were coming from big cities, but they lost. I
even
don't know.
even 5 to 10 years ago, this is like far from our imagination. These things happen in United States, these things happen in UK a lot. It is imaginable there, but in Bangladesh it's
I never I never imagined you can hire a girl to go on a journey.
I still can't
Unbelievable.
imagine.
I still can't imagine.
Unbelievable.
Like,
I saw with my own bare eyes and hundreds of examples. There are
who
thousands of
are
examples,
who
but
are
I
these
have
girls?
seen hundreds of examples with my own eyes.
Who are these girls? Like what age range are they? Normal university goers, or below that, or above that?
Um, they're mostly from HSC level to university level,
This is sad.
and a big number of them are from good families.
I think this problem has to do with like when kids get out of their homes, that
Mm-hmm.
creates a huge problem. I mean, if I am in Foripur, like I am really concerned about what I am doing because everyone knows there. If I do anything bad, there will be complaints to my parents. But now I'm in Khulna. I can literally do anything, whatever I want. So I think this is a major factor of these kinds of issues because I also see in my university when kids get this privilege of doing anything, they just become wild beasts. They do whatever they want. They go, they play cards, they go drug addicted and all of these things, quite literally forget education and study. And well, it has already become like culture. Like you go to university and you have to do all of these things
Be
to
cool.
enjoy. I mean, this, yes, to become a little bit cooler, to become smart, like very smart. So I think this is creating the problem. People loses the foresight or vision that when you are, I mean, I think no one is going to agree right now in Bangladesh. I don't think no one, but a lot of the people will agree that kids should not go to these kinds of journeys where they can rent a woman, something like that. But
And
like when you give them a little bit privilege, it goes far beyond after some days or years. So I think that is what has happened.
and it's so concerning, and it's happening to many people. And I cannot express the situation. Even if you guys want to, I can show you live hiring process now. If you
No,
knock
we
me
don't want
anytime,
that right now.
anytime I can show you any hiring process. Live
Yeah,
contacting.
it's
You
really
can.
heart wrenching because like our parents, they put a lot of effort and like money and everything for us. Did they send us here to do all of these things? And also I see a lot of the students, they just forget about their family background, that uh, a lot of the people in public universities, they are actually from a poor family, but they come here and live a very lavish life. And that's I mean, that looks very reluctant to me. Like how are they doing this? Like I'm here and I am concerned about money more than ever. I have never been this much concerned about money in my life, and how
বাটার
am I
মোটর
going
নিয়ে
to
যাবি?
spend this? So um this is really this. this really hurts me. Like when I see these kinds of things going around.
The mass moral degradation amongst the young generation of Bangladesh is, I think, one of the causes is that they are far away from reality, and they are far away from their spiritual existence, and the things they watch, they binge watch on YouTube, on different OTT platforms, the web series and the movies they constantly consume. They promote a very very peculiar type of interests
Lifestyle.
in yeah, they a very, very peculiar type of lifestyle. And these OTT platforms and the things they consume, they turn them into animals, I think. And not only that, they're far away from social gatherings and a so good social life. Their life revolves around these superficial scenarios of the of them. and and a person gets really depressed in this kind of situation that they are currently living in, and that depression also causes them to go astray with drugs and with women and whatever. And also the current economic situation in Bangladesh is quite in favor of them going astray. This is
Yes. Um, we have been
there is a
talking.
there is a huge problem in lose of both masculinity and femininity in our generation. Uh, I think is Sanim off or hello Sanim?
Something like that. Yes. We can't hear you,
Yes,
Sunny.
yes,
Yes.
Okay, now
I
we
can
can.
hear you.
Yes, now
Do
we
you
Ask
also
me
can hear.
anything.
do you have anything to say about the current situation of youth in Bangladesh?
No
That's a
comment.
funny question to ask.
That's a
At least to
horrible
Sunny.
question to ask. Yes.
That's it.
Because if I start, I will go maybe all night. So I
All
think
right, and there may
we
be a
can
lot of
discuss this topic another time.
And this is
yes,
the
and
this
there
is
can be a lot of dangerous words that come out of his mouth. So
this is
you know,
this is the most important topic for Bangladesh, the most important crisis for Bangladesh to handle.
And that's why if I start talking, then it will this podcast will not
Okay,
stop.
okay, 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 okay. Tayyip, Tayyip.
okay, let's move on. I mean, I have had a question. I mean, please forgive me because I am going to a very, like,
Roller
how can I
coaster.
say that? No.
Roller
I mean,
coaster.
I'm going to a very naive topic regarding to what we're like talking right
Uh,
now. These are very serious issues, but I want to talk about games. Like, I mean, in last few days, I mean, Spider-Man 2 was released. So I saw that, and then something sparked in my head that
I
I mean,
think
how
I
many
think I'm
people?
too old for talk about games.
Yes, I know, but I mean, like I had a question like, who plays PC games these days?
Yes, who? It's time
Yeah,
to use real gun, not guns on PC.
okay,
Who plays games on PC?
I didn't think it like that, but um, I think like why are PC games right now? Like, who plays that?
I think there is a fair amount of community that play PC
Mm-mm.
games. It's like
Thousands of maybe
people normally play the rise of mobile games is due to the easy access to mobile. Like, it doesn't
Hmm.
require that much money to buy a phone normally, and it has
but
boomed. It has boomed in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan. Just because we are poor country and we can afford a phone, we cannot normally afford a PC or a laptop to play PC games.
No, Johan. Just think
there are
about it.
many people in Bangladesh who can afford high-end PC, and mostly
Yes,
in Dhaka cities or big cities, the PC gaming is very big thing, and most of them,
It
most
it,
of
it, it has a good community.
And
I don't.
it
I
has a
mean,
good
I
community.
checked out
Millions of people.
statistics. I checked out statistics, and PC games are in decline. I mean, the revenue has been on a very steady level. It is not growing up. I've seen that, and it's also losing gamers. Because most of the games. I mean, it brings up the question that is single player game is dying. You know, like nowadays people don't want to play single role playing games. Everyone wants to play multiplayer games. So that is a big concern, and PC games are, like modified for single person games. All of those story like games like Far Cry and Spider-Man and all of these things. So
There
I
are a
mean,
fair
you
amount
know,
of multiplayer games in PC, like Apex Legend, PUBG, Fortnite, and Fortnite was a very hyped game. I don't know if it is still now, but 2 or 3 years
yes, Fortnite
prior, maybe,
maybe
it was a very
Fortnite
hyped
maybe
game and it
six or
was PC
seven
based. Yes.
most popular game, maybe sixth most popular game.
It was really hyped in three years prior, I think. I don't see that now. Like everywhere you go, I don't even remember 3 or 2 years prior. Everywhere you go, you would see Fortnite. You'd see Ninja, the like the face of Fortnite, Ninja, and it was very bigger than PUBG. So yeah, I think PC gaming. I don't know about it, like if it's dying or not, but PC gaming has its fair amount of users. I think there has been not enough powerful games to entertain the PC user. I don't know about it.
Yes, I think so. Like, in 2010 to 2014 or 15, 16, in that period, there were substantial amount of improvement in PC games. There are huge leaps in graphics. There are huge leaps in all sorts of things. But I think nowadays PC games have reached to a level of like mobile phones. Like for the last 4 years, we have seen almost nothing in mobile phones. They just produce the same phones with some little features. It's so I think game has reached PC games mostly has reached to on that peak level. I
The
have been tracking Far Cry 4, 5, and 6, and I can assure you, you won't find that much of a leap in graphic designing in
the
all of
the
those
gaming
games.
the gaming industry is probably gonna have a boom after the VR industry comes in. I think because it is a paradigm shift for the gamers and people are gonna join in the VR gaming
I
experience.
mean, VR is, I mean, one of the very practical use of VR is gaming.
Yes,
It is one of the core use of
VR.
VR. The PS5 always introduced a VR. So VR is, I mean, if there is VR, there will be games. That is for sure. You can't deny it.
It
So I don't know. Maybe VR can amplify.
I don't think that PC
Kurgas have
games
already made a collaboration with Meta VR.
I don't think
Kurgas are uh,
PC games are gonna die off this fast. It may have like a curve or something.
Hey guys, it's almost about an hour. I think we should talk about our productivity topic,
yes, we can.
Yeah,
improving
yeah, yes, yes,
ourselves.
we can.
Okay,
I
firstly,
think
how about our English? I mean, Johan, I have been talking to you. I mean, this is our 12th podcast, maybe, right?
Yes.
So it's been almost 4 into 12, 47, 48 weeks.
No, 12th podcast. Yes, yes. Yes.
I
No,
think
no,
the
no.
So,
English
12,
like,
proficiency of
12,
Kanji is
12,
increasing.
12th
I
podcast
think
means 12 weeks. We have talked 12 weeks.
48 days, maybe, or
40 days, yes. No,
so
no, no,
maybe I
no. 12,
miscalculated it.
Chashata,
Sorry.
12 weeks. Yeah,
we'll look
48
at it.
days.
84 days, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how to do math
Okay,
or
maybe
calculate things.
it's almost like 2 months.
I
Okay,
mean,
let's
yes,
not
it's too much. Yes,
calculate that
it's too much.
accurately, but
7
it's almost like
multiplied by
2 months.
10 is 70. And 7 multiplied by 12 is 48.
Okay, yes. Yeah.
অশিক্ষিত জনগণ।
No, no. I
Okay,
mean,
fine. Kazim.
first I did some other kind of calculations, so that was mistake. So, do you guys see an improvement in my English,
Yes,
or it's been the same?
I think the English proficiency of Kazi Fahim is increasing, and the proficiency of my is declining.
I
I
think
think.
that I cannot think of my proficiency. I don't know if it is increasing or decreasing. I don't know. But
I think
I
you're
think my
you're in tough situation.
I think my camera confidence has increased a lot.
I think most of our camera confidence is increased.
Fair.
Um, I was comfortable with the camera before. I have no issues with that. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, talking in English, I get I forget words. That's the problem. That's the problem. And also, I have watched the last podcast, and I found out that I use two words very often. That is so and you know. And in today's podcast, I tried not to say those words that much time.
I think you didn't mention so, and I know for a single time.
Yes, I mean,
Ah,
this was already spinning in my head
so
this
the
time that
so
I
hey,
can't say that.
Kazi Fahim. So the 15 views we got on our previous podcast, was it all you?
Almost, I think 10 of them is from mine. Because every day,
Oh,
what happens is now my YouTube doesn't have a feed. I have like restricted everything. So now my YouTube is only search based. If you don't search, there will be no content there.
Mhm.
It will be just a blank page. So I have
I
subscribed a
know.
lot of
for
channels, and
productivity.
every day I check those subscribe channels if there are any new videos to watch. So that channel is recently subscribed, and that is on the top of my list. So like I get into that video every day, watch a little bit, and then come back. So I think that 10 views are from me at least. And other
I was
resubscribers.
thinking like, why is YouTube pushing this video to 10 random people? Like, I did not expect a
No one should
single.
watch. No one should watch our podcast.
No, I mean, at least in this stage, I really think that no one should ever watch these videos. It's horrible. And the first one was, oh, I should not speak about that.
Okay, I think we can conclude. I think we can conclude today.
I mean,
Yes.
Okay, guys, that's been a great podcast for us, Alhamdulillah, and we'll be returning in the next one, inshallah. Thanks for joining. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك